everyone, it's Erica. Today I want to do a video for specifically team-wise, but for anyone in direct sales, about taxes. What can you deduct? What do you report? Taxes are hard and confusing. And let me list this disclaimer, very bold, very clear. I am not a tax professional. I do not masquerade as a tax professional. I don't even play one on TV. I use a tax professional. I pay good money to have my taxes done and for a professional to have my back in the event of an audit. Okay? So I do not claim to have all the answers. And if you ask me a question I don't have the answer to, I will tell you I don't have the answer. Consult a tax professional. And I want to say that with great clarity because the IRS audits people. They do. And it happens. And if it happens to you, I don't want you to come back and say, well, Erica said, I am not a tax professional. I do not know tax law. I do not know the ever-changing crap. That's all it is. Stuff with taxes. You have a question, do consult a tax professional. And I'll tell you, money to your tax professional is very well spent because their job is to know all the tax stuff that no one really knows. And a really good one will help you if you do get audited. Okay? So understand me there. I'm not a tax professional. I just have done this for a very long time, and I want to give you some of the basics of what you can write off. Okay? So I have a list here. You know, I'm a big fan of my lists. So what can I deduct on my taxes as a small business owner, as a direct sales consultant? Okay? That's what we are. We are 1099 employees. Okay? If you don't know what that means, consult your tax professional. So what can you deduct? Well, mileage, event fees, prizes. If you have to give a raffle basket, the value of the raffle basket, advertising fees. If you pay money to advertise in the local paper, that. Mailing and postage. When you mail something to your hostess at the post office, that's a write-off. When you have to buy stamps to mail letters, that's a write-off. Inventory, unsold inventory, travel, airfare travel for the purpose of doing business. Okay? Convention expenses. I paid, I think, $189 to attend last year's convention. That's a write-off because I attended a business function. You can also write off some food. This is where I will encourage you to consult the IRS website, to consult your tax professional, because there are different categories of food. I don't understand them. I have a tax professional. You know, that kind of thing. Business purchases. That can include a new computer, ink for the printer, a new printer if you need one, mailing envelopes, tissue to wrap it in, business cards, postcards, business expenses. You can also write off your starter kit. Again, this is one I'll caution you. Talk to a tax professional because it's a little gray and hairy in there about writing off your starter kit. And the last thing I wrote down is home office. And I have a big asterisk beside that because the home office gets sticky. I have a home office. You see my office here. I don't take the home office deduction. Consult your tax professional as to why. You will want to really think about your home office deduction. Okay? So how do you get these? Well, you have to become a receipt hoarder. That's really what you have to do. You have to save every receipt. You get those postcards in the mail that you ordered from Vistaprint, save that receipt from Vistaprint. You get your business cards from wherever you get them, save the receipt. Because a good business person is going to send you a receipt. Save it. Mileage, have a mileage log. There are apps that you can use on your smartphone. You can do it pen and paper. You can do it however you want to. Have a log. You've got to have that log. You have to be able to prove it. Okay? And mileage counts anything doing business. So you go to attend a networking event, count that mileage. You drive to and from a party, count that mileage. When I drive to the airport and back, before and after flights, that mileage counts. Those sorts of things. Save every receipt. I always make a copy of my event forms, always,
And I save that because they usually have a list of what the price is. And if I'm mailing a check, I always make a copy of that check. And I staple the whole packet together, and that's my receipt. I know I'm killing trees. I know that, and I hate doing that. But you gotta have it. That's one of the things you gotta have for taxes. If I send PayPal, I print out the PayPal receipt. Oh, speaking of PayPal, PayPal fees or Square fees or credit card processing fees, those are also a tax deduction. Usually at the end of the year, whatever service you're using will give you a full breakdown of all your fees. It's great. So save every receipt, log every mile, organize them, give them to your tax professional. If you DIY them, keep them organized anyway, and maintain it that way. So what do you need to report on your taxes? Because as business owners, we like to report that we made money, right? Well, what do you report? Well, you report your sales first and foremost. In paparazzi, it's every piece that you sell. Yeah, you need to report that. Find a way to record it. I have a spreadsheet. Here's my spreadsheet. I need to update my spreadsheet, but I have the date, the event, the hostess, the mileage, how many pieces I sold, and notes if I need to write notes on it. This is one of the things I use. Last year I did it electronically. This year I'm going to try it pen and paper to see if I can keep up with it a little better. You've got to find a way, whatever way works for you, to keep up with how much you sell, because you're going to have to report that. You also have to report bonuses, earnings, commissions, things like that. Some gifts you'll need to report, especially big gifts. With paparazzi, we will get a 1099 statement at the end of the year. They have until the 31st to send them out to us, 31st of January. If we have earned $600 or more through the company. And that does include online sales, commissions, bonuses, earnings, all of that kind of thing. They will send that to you. If you did not cross the $600 threshold, all of that information is accessible in your back office. You will have to report that. And that's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. Last year, I reported over $3,000 in perfectly legal deductions. The federal government recognizes that small business owners, direct sales associates, need a little bit of help. That's half the reason some of us do this. Our taxes came out at a wash because of my deductions. So save everything. If you've lost it, you can probably find it. If you can't find it, call the event organizer. They should have a copy. If they don't, we need to get a little worried, right? Save everything. It hurts to have more than you need than to not have it when you need it. Become a mileage Nazi. Every time you get in the car and you're going for paparazzi business, write it down. Okay? You're going to need a starting mileage, especially if you buy a car. You know, I have to report my new car this year. Those sorts of things. If you have questions, I'm happy to try and answer or to send you materials. But like I said in the beginning of this, I am not a tax professional. I'm just old hat at direct sales. Okay? If it's a question outside my realm, I will tell you, consult your professional. I don't want to give you poor advice, and I don't want you to end up in trouble because of something I said. But guess what? One of the biggest perks of direct sales in any company, any form, is our tax write-offs. They're legal. They're absolutely legal. And it's worth it. I get to count off jewelry I wear for myself, you guys. I get to count off convention. Okay? Convention is the best time of my year, and that's a write-off. Nearly every penny I spent is a write-off. There's perks to direct sales. Okay? So, taxes are not scary. Just go in prepared. Save your receipts like it's your job, because it is your job. And consult a tax professional. It's worth the money spent. And who knows? Especially if you're in paparazzi. You might convert them to being a customer. Ask me any questions you have. I'll answer. I'll help as much as I can and point you in the right direction. If you are local to me here in Florida, I do have information on a tax professional that I trust greatly, who is more than willing to talk with you, sit down with you, and just help you along the way. She is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So have a good day. Happy tax season. We'll get through it. The sooner you file, the better. You know all of that. Ask me questions. I'll give you a hand. Have a great day.